Hey everyone! We are working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy the content and it is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button right now as we proceed. Hello Jays Nation and welcome back to your go-to channel for everything Toronto Blue Jays. Today we have 3 absolutely jam-packed updates about our Blue Army that just came to our attention within the last few hours. Trust me when I say the hot stove is absolutely blazing right now and the front office is working overtime behind the scenes. We are talking about potential signings that could change everything, major rotation rumors involving an old friend that will hit you right in the feelings, and critical lessons we desperately need to learn if we want to get back to the World Series and actually finish the job this time. So if you are a true Jays fan, you absolutely do not want to miss these updates. And yes, before we dive into the content, I have a small request. If you are new to the channel, then do not forget to smash that like button and subscribe so that you can stay in the loop with every single breaking story as it develops. So let's dive right in and get to the good stuff. Let's kick things off with our first major story of the day. We all know exactly how last season ended. It still stings a little bit, doesn't it? Our Toronto Blue Jays fought their absolute hearts out, pushing the Los Angeles Dodgers to a winner-take-all Game 7 in the World Series, but we came up just short. We missed winning it all by the absolute skin of our teeth. But the goal for 2026 is crystal clear. We are here to finish what we started and bring that championship trophy home to Canada. Now, it has been a bit of a roller coaster ride in free agency this winter. We saw some absolutely huge splashes with the signings of Dylan Cease and the Japanese superstar Kazuma Okamoto. Those were massive, franchise-altering moves. But we also know the heartbreak of missing out on Kyle Tucker, who decided to head to Los Angeles instead. But here's the thing that should give every Jays fan hope. General Manager Ross Atkins and the front office are not done yet. There are still stones left unturned, and a new report suggests the Jays are looking at a very specific sleeper option to lock down our bullpen for good. We are talking about 36-year-old veteran relief pitcher Danny Colom. Now, I know what you might be thinking right now. Danny Colom is not exactly a household name like some of the other superstars we have been chasing all winter. But listen to this breakdown carefully. Jays Journal analyst Edward Ang is reporting that Colom could be the exact reliable veteran presence we desperately need to dominate left-handed hitters in high-leverage situations. If you look at our current bullpen depth on the left side, we have Brendan Little, Mason Fluharty, and Eric Lauer. They are talented young arms, sure, but do they have that seasoned, high-pressure postseason experience? Colom brings absolutely incredible numbers to the table that should make every analytics nerd excited. For his entire Major League Baseball career, he has held left-handed hitters to just a 233 batting average and a 596 on-base plus slugging percentage. That is elite suppression of left-handed bats. Last season, splitting time between the Minnesota Twins and the Texas Rangers, he appeared in 55 games. And get this stat, he posted a 2.30 earned run average and a 1.16 whip. He had 0 blown saves all season long. That is exactly the kind of stability and reliability you absolutely need when you are chasing a championship. Think about those tight playoff games where one swing of the bat changes everything. Colom is the guy you bring in to shut down a rally before it even starts. Ang mentioned in his analysis that Colom might not be the flashiest name available, but he could legitimately be the missing piece. We are all in on a World Series run, and having a proven veteran who can come in clutch situations throughout the entire year is genuinely invaluable. With the championship window wide open right now, we should absolutely be taking a flyer on a player like this. Of course, whether the Jays actually pull the trigger remains to be seen. Rumors are swirling as the offseason wraps up, but if we want to avoid the bullpen meltdowns that have plagued other contenders, adding a guy like Colom makes total sense. Moving on to our second big story of the day, and this one genuinely hits close to home for a lot of us who have watched our rotation battle over the last few years. We are talking about a familiar face, veteran right-hander Chris Bassitt. Reports are coming in hot that the Atlanta Braves are actively targeting our former starter to strengthen their rotation before the 2026 season kicks off. Now, before you panic about losing prospects in a trade, let me be crystal clear. This discussion is centered on a free agent signing, not a trade. That means if Bassitt goes to Atlanta, the Jays do not get players back in return. But we also do not lose any current roster pieces or prospects. Bassitt, who is now 37 years old, just finished a 3-year, $63 million deal with us here in Toronto. He was an absolute warrior for us, but now he is on the open market testing his value. The Braves are desperately looking for reliability after missing out on Framber Valdez in free agency, and they see Bassitt as the perfect stabilizer for their rotation. So why are the Blue Jays likely letting him walk without a fight? It comes down to the future direction of the franchise. Toronto is not expected to bring him back, and honestly it makes sense for where we are heading as an organization. Letting Bassitt leave clears significant payroll space that can be used elsewhere. We have to be honest about the numbers here. His average fastball velocity dropped to 91.5 miles per hour in 2025, which was the lowest of his entire career. While his strikeout production remained steady, committing long-term money to a pitcher in his late 30s is a genuinely risky move for a team trying to get younger and more athletic. But let's give credit where credit is absolutely due. Bassitt is valued league-wide for his consistency and durability. Over the past 6 seasons, he has ranked near the top of the league in both starts and innings pitched, boasting a 3.57 earned run average and a 22.7% strikeout rate. In 2025 alone, he threw 170.1 innings with a 3.96 ERA and recorded 166 strikeouts. He even gave us 8.2 innings of critical relief during our postseason run, posting an incredible 1.04 earned run average in those high-pressure moments. For Atlanta, a short-term deal fits their competitive timeline perfectly as they try to patch up a rotation that has seen devastating injuries to stars like Chris Sale and Spencer Strider. For us, it is about financial flexibility and roster construction. We gain the room to make other moves, maybe for that bullpen help we just talked about. It is always tough to see a reliable arm go, especially one who helped us get to the World Series, but this is the business of baseball. We wish Chris the absolute best if he lands in Atlanta, but our eyes are fixed on building a roster that can win it all this year. And now, folks, we move to our final and perhaps most important update of the day. This isn't just news. It is a genuine warning sign that every Blue Jays fan needs to pay attention to. We are talking about the Phillies curse and how the Toronto Blue Jays can avoid falling into the exact same trap. Think back to just 4 years ago. The Philadelphia Phillies lost the World Series to the Houston Astros. They vowed to return stronger, but instead they have been sliding backward ever since, losing in the National League Championship Series in 2023 and failing to make it past the Division Series in 2024 and 2025. Does that trajectory sound familiar? We just lost the 2025 World Series to the Dodgers. We are on that exact same dangerous path. And if we are not careful and strategic, history could absolutely repeat itself. So here are the 3 critical lessons we need to learn right now. Lesson number 1, don't let the core age out without reinforcements. The biggest issue for Philadelphia was relying too heavily on an aging core without developing young talent. Players like Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, and Trea Turner were absolute beasts in 2022, but by 2025, the average age of their hitters was 30.3 years old. That age showed up brutally in the playoffs when their bats went completely cold against the Dodgers. The Blue Jays have an older core too, with veterans like George Springer and Anthony Santander. But here is the critical difference. We have a wave of young talent like Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Davis Schneider, and Addison Barger ready to step up. We have to keep infusing that youth into the lineup to avoid the offensive slump that killed the Phillies' chances. Lesson number 2, the bullpen can make or break you in October. The Phillies had a strong rotation with guys like Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler, but their bullpen was an unpredictable disaster. In 2023, Craig Kimbrell struggled in the championship series. And in 2024, their core relievers gave up 16 earned runs in just 12 2/3 innings. We absolutely cannot have that volatility. We have already made a great move by signing Tyler Rogers. But as we discussed, one arm isn't enough. We need depth or we risk a meltdown when it matters most. Lesson number 3, diversity over power. The Phillies built a monolithic roster. It was home runs or bust. That works in the regular season, but in the playoffs, good pitching shuts that approach down completely. The Jays are already making changes here. With Bo Bichette's departure and the addition of Japanese star Kazuma Okamoto, our lineup is undergoing a genuine identity shift. So here's what I need from you right now. Drop a comment below telling me who you think we should target next in free agency. Are you worried about our veteran core aging? Would you sign Danny Colom? Smash that like button if this breakdown was valuable. And subscribe with notifications on so you never miss breaking Blue Jays news. This is your channel for everything Blue Jays. Stay blue,